presents. Lots and lots of presents. Let's open them up. Then we have some kind of antenna device thing. Whoa, look at the quality of these wires. They're thick. In some zip ties. More wiring. The actual control panel. This is the main event. Loki, are you excited? Okay, so this is our 2011 5th Gen 4Runner Trail Edition. So it's a pre-facelift, and very soon it's gonna have these 7-inch Auxbeam lights right there-ish. You can see why I was so excited. These lights look absolutely incredible. 7 inches is a perfect size, because if these were the 5-inch version, which Auxbeam does sell, it just wouldn't have the presence that the 7-inch ones have. So these, in my view, look beautiful. As I mentioned, this is a 5th Gen 4Runner, 2011. So one of the struggles is where to actually mount the switch panel and the box, like the relay box and stuff. So one of the options is to actually put it on here, but then I don't have space to put this breaker that comes with it. The other option is to install it here with the brackets provided, but I might have to drill holes into here, which I don't particularly want to, but I also don't want to be scared of doing it. So let's see how it goes. This is one of the brackets that comes with this box. So I'm gonna see if I can put it on here and where it would fit best. Just so we're all clear, this isn't necessary. There are other places that you can mount this panel to. I have just chosen this path, so I'm gonna do it. Easy peasy. Hey! Hey! Alright, Flooky, I do stupid shit. Yeah, let's do some. Whoa, that was sick. That was a lot easier than I thought it would go in. Always wear your safety glasses, kids. Is it gonna vibrate? Yes. Is it gonna fall off? Probably not. I mean, I freaking hope not, but let's find out. The next thing is getting these wires through the grommet into the engine bay. You can go from the engine bay into the cabin, or you can go that way, this way. So a hanger, a coat hanger, you can cut the grommet if you want. I actually have an existing wire that I need to take out, so I'm going to take that out and put these in. Yeah, pull, 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 pull. Reach in. Yeah, you got it. Okay, sometimes you need two people. Fishing wires is not the easiest thing because the grommet is made to be like a firewall, right? So waterproof, fireproof. So it's hard to get the wire in, but you just poke a hole if it's not already there, shove a wire, fish it out. Ah! My next step is to mount this here, positive here, positive here, here and here. So I am going to screw it in, but I'm also going to double side tape it. I've decided to bring the fuse tap inside the cabin and tap one of these fuses. I believe I'm going to do an ignition one, top fourth from the top left. Okay, quick recap. So you have positive, negative. Okay, the positive comes down here and plugs into this circuit breaker. And then the other positive circles around, goes onto the positive pole. The negative from there runs straight down and onto our negative pole. Or, yeah, neutral, whatever. Negative, neutral, I don't know. That's it. And then this wire here, goes inside the cabin and is tapped to a fuse. If you don't know how to tap a fuse, you're gonna have to YouTube it because I didn't show you how. And then this black wire goes to the controller into the cabin. So there's two wires that are fished into the cabin. All right, so I'm just pulling these panels out. They just come right out because I'm gonna do some fun install thing here, I guess. That looks nice. I think the previous owner installed a shop installed this switch for a pump. Okay, guys, I don't work for Auxbeam, okay? But you don't need an ad for Auxbeam to realize that this, look at this, right? This is the way that things used to be done. And they don't have to be like this. We have better options and we have better solutions. The amount of splicing and dicing and cutting, it's just not necessary. So I'm gonna clean all this up. And it looks like the wiring was done pretty well-ish. But the simple fact is, no matter how you do the wiring, unless you use an amalgamated switch panel like this Auxbeam, you're gonna have a rat's nest. Period. So I'm eliminating the rat's nest. It's a lot of work, unfortunately, to figure out where all the wires are and what do they do, and then fix them. But that's what I'm doing. On this end, this wire is the black one that I just showed you, and it's hooked up to the controller. And I'm thinking of just putting the controller right here, just with the glue pad that came with it. I think it looks really good. This is what it looks like now. This is the engine bay, one box, circuit breaker, and that's it. You see these two wires. This one shouldn't be here, I'll fix it. But that's it. And I'm gonna show you how many wires came out. These are all the wires that are removed. Relays and wires, unnecessary wires that came out of that engine bay and the inside the cabin. Isn't that insane? Okay, my next step is to wire the V-Ultra series lights. So what I've done is removed the relay, removed the switch that came with it because we're installing a switch panel, and these plugs plug in at the back and wire it. So every vehicle is going to be different, but the principle is the same. So this wire comes out of the back. I have put it under this bumper cover. It goes back here, and you see the yellow tab. I'm going to try to focus on it. The yellow zip tie. That is my wire, and it goes along here, right there. Cool. And then it comes here where it's zip tied to the other one, the other light. Then it goes behind here, under here, right there. Then I've wired it, fished it under this pathway, and then it emerges right here. There we go. So what we're gonna do is wire this black into number 1 black, red into number 1 red, and then the yellow is actually gonna go in 0 because that is the daylight running lights, and that's always on when this panel's on. It receives power. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, amigos, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to flip this breaker and see what happens. Let's see how this works. First thing is turning on the ignition, which makes this turn on. Next, so the daylight running light should be on right now. So next is number 1, and this should turn on the lights. And hopefully I haven't blinded you by doing that, but it works. And now there's so many different settings. Okay, the final step for me to do is install this optional remote, which controls the switch panel. If I didn't mention this before, the remote is optional and it does not come with the switch panel. But the switch panel does have a port to hook up this antenna, and the antenna is magnetic, but it also comes with tape. So you can put it with double-sided tape or you can mount it magnetically, whichever you want. So I'm just going to screw this in here, route the wire this way, secure it, and then mount it on my hood. Pairing the remote with the panel is super easy. I just hold mode for 3 seconds. And now I press the on and off button. And those lights blinking confirmed that it is now connected. So if I press the number 1 button, you'll see that it lights up my bumper lights. You are about to witness me testing the remote as well as the lights for the very first time. So I'm going to press number 1 and see how it goes. Holy, that's mega bright. It's blinding how bright those are. I'm very, very impressed. Okay, now Auxbeam does have a video showing you all these features, but check it out. I can adjust the brightness of my lights. So if I think that those lights are too bright for my situation, I can adjust their brightness. I can change the backlight color as well as the backlight brightness, which is very handy if you don't want it too bright while driving at night. You can also change the backlight color, which is very cool. So if you don't like this color, amber, orange, whatever, you can make it blue, yellow, white. Very cool. You can change strobing. So you can make all your lights or some of your lights strobe through this strobe function. You can chase, so it'll go through all the lights that you've connected, which I don't have anything other than this light for now. And it will go bumper, then it'll go, let's say, ditch lights, then it'll go rock lights. Toggle is on and off. And there's so many features, so you can change the mode. So if you always want this light to show up in strobe mode, you can change the mode and have it so when you click this, it'll show up in strobe, or it will only turn on momentarily rather than click stay on.
Very, very cool features. And this knob is awesome. It's clicky. If you press this button and it'll remember, it's got a memory function. So if you had the bumper lights on, it'll remember that. Very, very cool.
Final thoughts. I think these lights look amazing. They look really, really good quality, solid build, waterproof. I think the light produced by them, both the running lights as well as the high-powered lights, which is what they're for, looks incredible. And they're very inexpensive for what you get. Now, the panel, the switch panel, solves a major, major problem of wiring. No more rat's nest, easy to install, inexpensive, does the job really, really well. And the amount of settings that you get, you can't beat them. You can't beat them for that price. So would I recommend? Absolutely, I would recommend.